Hey everybody, Coach Austin here, Fittwave. We're going to get over our topics of berberine and why it's extremely effective in managing blood glucose and can help you in a longevity aspect for several different reasons. So we're going to get into it here today. So disclaimer, just like the cowboy hat, that's why I wear it, it's for attention. But let's get into it. So we provide health and educational information. We want to make sure that you talk with your physician before starting any of these, but we use evidence-based practice to make sure that we inform you. If you work with us, we are HIPAA compliant. We also focus on customized nutrition and exercise plans. Now, when we get into this, one of the big things that I want to talk about is the order of importance when it comes to first getting insulin sensitive before implementing the top berberine. So this should be like a ladder, step by step. Ideally, you want to get 6,000 plus steps a day. We want to be focusing on cardio. That's an exercise that's 20, 30 minutes long, 20, 30 beats above your resting heart rate. And we track that over time to make sure you progress. Same thing with resistance training and making sure that you get 7 hours of sleep. We can do that all in one app because we are fitness at your fingertips. But let's talk about building your plate. So when it comes to nutrition, like we talked about here, one of the things is that's the big next step is building a plate before we get into macros, meal timing, vitamins, minerals, and then berberine. Why do we want to talk about building your plate? Because if you don't have these habits now, you're going to miss out long term. What does building your plate consist of? Let's get into it. So, focusing on the majority of your plate as fruits or vegetables, mostly vegetables, because we want to focus on fiber to improve slower digestion to improve blood glucose. Additionally, protein and carbohydrates. Portions of carbohydrates are like a fist-sized portion, and then protein is inside the palm of your hand, 3 to 4 ounces, or about 100 to 150 grams of protein per serving. Now, that depends on the type of protein. We talk about that along with specifics in our coaching. But what is berberine? So, what it does is it focuses on AMPK activation, and that is working on your several different systems in your body. One is your liver, and that's focusing on fat distribution. So, if you are using fat molecules as fuel, or if you're using glucose or blood sugar as fuel. Now, if you haven't talked to, or haven't heard about our blood glucose chat, please let us know so we can send you that so you can be informed. So we don't have to go through all of that. Berberine, what it does is once you have these good habits in place, this is just the icing on the cake, essentially. So what it does is it's really focusing on cell signaling so that your body senses that it is deprived of blood glucose. It pulls it in to the cell and it uses it as energy. And we start at the cellular level and work out. So let's say your muscles are your fuel tanks, right? So one little drop of, let's say, fuel is in your gas tank. Well, that's your cell. But if you're filling a full gas tank up, your gas tank can be bigger or smaller based on how much muscle mass you have. So resistance training, building muscle is important. Um, Berberine, along with creatine monohydrate, is a great supplement option for those who are trying to improve longevity, muscle, and overall blood glucose control. So, individuals who have Hashimoto's or autoimmune disorders, these are ways to get started before jumping onto like a GLP, like Retroglide or Ozempic, you've heard of, or even tirzepatide. Now, with that, we want to focus on, like I said, first nourishing your body and fueling for exercise, right? So we're fueling our body for exercise. If we're eating garbage food when it comes to fueling our body, we're going to feel like garbage. So fuel is important. So if you're interested in learning about how we break down nutrition, exercise that's customized with health and data analytics all on one platform, with my coaching in the background, I'm helping you out along the way. Real time data, contact us here at Fittwave and go to Fittwave, FITTWAVE.com to get started. And remember, if you mention this post, you will get a discount, but spots are limited. So make sure to message us.